But we begin with those disturbing allegations from one of the sons of legendary Michigan football coach Bo Schembechler. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 Action News at 5 on this Thursday. I'm Alan Campbell. And today, Matt Schembechler and 2 former U of M players broke their silence about sexual abuse at the hands of disgraced University physician Dr. Robert Anderson. Schembechler saying he was molested by Anderson back in 1969. Anderson worked at the university from 1966 until 2003. The alleged abuse spanned decades. An investigation shows the first time someone at the University of Michigan was made aware of this was in 1975. But Matt Schembechler's allegations would push that back by 6 years. 7 investigator Ross Jones is live with more on Schembechler's reaction when they told him they were victims of Dr. Anderson. Ross?
Alan, good afternoon. Bo Schembechler died 15 years ago, but today he is front and center in this sex abuse scandal that is swirling around the University of Michigan. And remarkably, one of his own children helped to put him there. Now, we need to warn you, some of what you're about to hear is very graphic.
I understand the reverence people have for my father, including Jim Harbaugh, but I know the truth. Anderson abused me and countless others over 3 decades.
The son of the most revered coach to ever set foot on the Michigan campus today said we do not know the Bo Schembechler that he did. Matt Schembechler says he was a victim of Dr. Robert Anderson's back in 1969 when he needed a physical to play youth football. Matt was only 10.
I told my mom as soon as I got home, as I was uncomfortable and shaken. She was a registered nurse. And after she had heard what Anderson did, she knew something was wrong, and she wanted me to tell my dad in her presence.
And when he did,
he lost it. He screamed, "I don't want to hear this. I'm not hearing this." I tried to tell him repeatedly, but my effort earned me a punch in the chest.
Matt said that when he alerted athletic director Don Canham to Anderson's abuses, he agreed to fire Anderson, but that his father, the coach, reversed the decision.
If Bo listened to his son, these 2 gentlemen would not be sitting up here today.
2 former Michigan players also broke their silence today. Both said they were victims of Anderson's and that they alerted Coach Schembechler.
After practice one day, I approached Bo and reported to him that Dr. Anderson had digitally raped my rectum. Bo looked at me and said, "Toughen up."
People are saying that Bo didn't know. He did know. And the only way that was going to get out is for me, myself, to come out to let people know he did know. I told him myself. And our relationship from that point went downhill.
At least 4 men now claim that they alerted the celebrated coach to Anderson's abuses, but only one of them is named Schembechler. To say Matt and Bo had a strained relationship would be an understatement. In 1999, Matt sued his father, alleging he was trying to ruin his sports memorabilia business. That same year, Matt was part of a Critical magazine article that painted his father as a bully. Today, Matt says he's not trying to settle the score, just tell the truth.
I don't hate Bo. And as people try to pay me that, I just don't like him.
His father was not here to tell his side, but plenty of others are telling theirs. And today, the university that thought they knew the Bo Schembechler story is reckoning with a new, dark chapter being written every day.
Don't get me wrong, Bo was a good coach. For me, my remembrance of him at this point is you allowed kids, 17 or 18-year-olds, to continue to be assaulted when you could have did something about it.
Now, last week, Michigan's current coach Jim Harbaugh made comments defending Bo Schembechler, saying he was certain that if he heard anything about Anderson's abuses, he would have done something about it. Well, today, Giovanni Johnson, who was one of the men who spoke today, said that was not his experience. He did tell Schembechler, and he said Schembechler did nothing. It was Harbaugh's comments, he said last week, that led him to come forward today. We're live in Novi tonight. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
And it's hard to hear those allegations against that former coach. Ross, thanks for that live report.